Hello folks, Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. Let's talk about sleeping. Do you like to sleep? I heard a fellow say about his kids one time. He said, I don't know how that my kids can hate the bed so much at night and love it so much in the morning. Well, I think sometimes we're all like that. People sleep all over the place. I'd gone to the flea market the other day, and there was a lady sitting down at the end of her table, and she was dead asleep. And I wanted to ask a question about some merchandise she had, so I walked down to her thinking that she would kind of wake up as I was getting closer to her. But she was kind of very comfortable and just sawing them off. And when I got right up on her, she kind of jumped a little bit. And I said, you remind me of somebody in the church that I preach, like you're sleeping when I'm preaching. And she laughed and we talked a little bit. But sleeping is something that's very important and everybody needs to do it. Now, of course, the time that you do it's very important. Most of the time when you go to bed, 10, 11 o'clock at night, whatever time it is. I know folks that go to bed at 7:30 at night. But, 10 or 11, whatever. And then you need that good night's sleep to get up in the morning and get on about your day. Well, this morning at 4:30, I woke up. And I didn't go to bed till about 11:30. And I thought it was morning time. In fact, I heard of another lady just recently that went to bed on Saturday night. She went to bed about 8 o'clock, and about 9:15, she walked back through the living room, and she had her church clothes on, and she lives with her daughter. And this dear lady's 91. And the lady said, "Mother, what are you doing?" She said, "Well, aren't we going to church?" And she said, "Well, we're going in the morning." And she said, "Well, isn't it tomorrow?" She said, "No, it's only 2 hours later from when you went to bed." So, I woke up at 4:30, and I thought it was morning time. And I looked at the clock, and that told me exactly what time it was, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I just lay there and tossed and tossed and tossed. And I was watching a program, so my wife slept in the next bedroom. So I was kind of tossing in the bed, had the whole bed to myself, and I just couldn't go to sleep. And I tell you, I was struggling because I knew I had to get up at 6:30. I knew I had much to do, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. So everything's on my mind. I'm running through 1,000 thoughts, and there I'm in the middle of the morning trying to get back to sleep. And I begin to think, I'm going to pray. I started talking to the Lord, and I started saying, God is holy. God is holy. And as I began to pray and speak to the Lord, my worries drifted away, and peace came to me. And the next thing I knew is my clock went off at 6:30. I'm amazed at how God speaks to us in so many different ways. There I am waking up quite early in the morning with worries on my mind. And then when I toss and turn as much as I can, I finally begin to pray. I know I give that advice, but sometimes it's important to take it. And I begin to say, God is holy. And I begin to talk to the Lord. How wonderful it is to be reminded that the sleep will be sweet where the Lord is magnified. So when you get restless, when you get tired, I have been reminded again that He is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Bring your burdens to Him, and He will carry them for you. And God will make a way for you. God bless you. We love you. And goodbye.